Continues here at the Weather Network for you in the Atlantic provinces, where we continue to see the active weather. It feels like it's just a conveyor belt of systems. Kasia Bedurka with you here this morning. I hope you don't have to leave. I hope you don't have to go out if you live in the province of Newfoundland. That's where the majority of the activity will be pushing in. It's pushing in there right now. Now, first I want to take you to Cap Pelé, where this all began yesterday. We did have a light front pushing through the area yesterday, and then it really ramped up through the evening and the overnight. But you know, yeah, just seeing some flurries as the system pushes its way out of the region. Have a look at your watches and warnings in effect still across the Atlantic. Like I mentioned, we're going to start to see a lot of these drop through more southern portions of the maritime provinces, pushing its way into Newfoundland. Here we still do have a winter storm watch in effect, warning in effect, I should say, where it's going to be windy, gusty, and a lot of snow to come. We're talking about a general 10 to even 20 centimeters of snow to much of the province. Now, the remainder of this precipitation should be falling in the form of rain if you do live in Nova Scotia, though to the northern tip of Cape Breton could be a mix of rain and snow. If you see anything else throughout the rest of the maritime provinces, it's mostly a snowfall story. Into the north, it's snow too. Have a look at your wind warnings, your typical wind warnings, really the Les Souettes and the Wreck House. It's just the extreme southwestern tip of Newfoundland, and here's how it's all playing out. We are watching this low pushing its way into Newfoundland right now. Still some residual precipitation for Nova Scotia, Cape Breton this morning, but really all in all, not a bad day, really. Temperatures around seasonal. Colder for you in Newfoundland with a good amount of snow. I feel like it hasn't been too long since we had the precipitation, so here we go again. 10 to 20 centimeters of snow, like I mentioned a little earlier. Don't be fooled by 5 to 10 centimeters in the Avalon. It's not like you're going to be seeing less precipitation. You're just going to be seeing the transition to ice pellets, possibly a mix of rain and snow as the system departs as well. So just a heads up there. Stocking up, right? As this guy should be stocking up, because yes, it was mild and now the temperatures are plummeting. In fact, we do have a Siberian air mass coming upon much of the eastern flank of the country. Does not sound scary. Temperatures around 4 or 5 degrees in southern Ontario, and obviously that's changed. If you did head out already, you noticed that there was a good 15-degree drop there. Really feels much colder than that. By your Tuesday morning, we're seeing another low in the vicinity, and I'm going to show you how much precipitation we really are expecting with this. Have a look here. 5 to 15 centimeters of snow expected for the places that typically see the snow squalls. So we are expecting snow squalls today still, and then this other system upon us yet again. So cold Siberian air mass really in the area. All right, so what else can I... Here you go. We're just going to click a little bit further ahead. Okay. So for the Ontario story, like I mentioned, cold, frigid, and that's going to be the trend really for the rest of the month, unfortunately. For the foreseeable future, models are showing that. And then for you in Alberta, we do have an Alberta clipper coming upon us for today. New Year's looks like this. If you do plan on heading out, you may want to bundle up twice, really. From Saskatchewan to the eastern half of the country, really, and New Year's Day looks like this, frigid with a low in the area for southern Ontario. Right now, a wake-up call for many people. Our storm watch coverage continues in the east as well. We're talking about a smoking mountain in El Salvador. It looks as though 2013 isn't about to go out quietly. With just a little over a day until we usher in a new year, parts of the country are bracing for more extreme winter weather. Starting in Atlantic Canada, where back-to-back storms have brought everything from freezing. Looking now to southern Ontario, where milder temperatures created dangerous conditions in Toronto this weekend. Dealt with severe flooding. It was a Sunday morning wake-up call that thousands in El Salvador won't soon forget. A volcano spewed ash and smoke 5 kilometers into the sky, and it came as a great surprise to residents of San Miguel. The Chapar Ratik site has not erupted since 1976. Around 2,000 people have fled their homes in fear of an eruption. Investigators have searched the area for signs of fresh lava and so far have found nothing. No serious injuries have been reported, but at least 2 people have been treated for respiratory problems linked to the eruption. The crater is the most active of the country's 23 volcanoes. And speaking of volcanoes, Jacqueline Whitall has more on the scary warning sign that could signal an eruption.
Have you ever heard a volcano scream? Take a listen. A group of volcanologists have discovered that before a volcano erupts, it makes a series of noises resembling a scream. These sounds were recorded in the moments leading up to the 2009 eruption of Redoubt volcano. According to researchers, this scream, as they call it, is actually the repeated pops caused by friction as magma slips past the rock around it. Eventually, this friction gives way to gliding, providing an instance of calm before the actual eruption. Scientists point out that while this discovery is worth studying, it happens too close to the main event to be of any use for eruption prediction. For the Weather Network, I'm Jacqueline Whitall.
Thanks to Jacqueline for that, and please do stay with us for continued storm watch coverage as the system makes its way into Newfoundland. Don't go anywhere.
Trip your way.
With the Siberian air mass basically infiltrating the Canadian Shield, there couldn't be a better time to head south. So have a look at some of these conditions. If you are heading to Mexico, Cancun, 29 degrees today, sun and clouds, and really right up and down the coast looks quite gorgeous. Not even any active weather in sight. Have a look at other Caribbean destinations. Yeah, bon voyage. Have fun.
Close to...
Here we go again. Storm watch for you in the Atlantic provinces. Feels like deja vu, doesn't it? Kasia Bedurka with you here. A good morning to you. I hope you don't have to leave your home if you're... And we have a good amount of it. So does this gentleman. It's huge there. Take a look at how much snow that is. Yeah, we got a good 20 to even 30 centimeters of snow throughout parts of the Atlantic already as the system departs the maritime provinces and pushes into Newfoundland. All right, so current radar returns look like this. Some of us are actually seeing a mix of rain and snow, ice pellets. That's in the St. John area of New Brunswick. To the north, though, it's a snowfall story. We are getting hammered northern parts of New Brunswick, Charlottetown, PEI, seeing a lot of snow as well, and Cape Breton. But for you in Halifax and a little north of that, it's a rainfall story. See how radar is showing it move into Newfoundland. That's going to be lasting throughout the day, and you're going to be seeing your heaviest amounts of snow throughout the morning into your afternoon as well, Newfoundland. But for the Maritimes, it should be moving its way out of the area soon. There's an end in sight for you. It's a quick mover, but it's dropping a lot of snow. So it's very similar to, I believe, the last system we had and the one previous to that. Yeah, here we go again. Now, have a look at current warnings across the Atlantic. Still a fair amount of warnings, really, and they all stand for you, especially in Newfoundland, where it's just beginning, and we're just going to start to see them drop from south to north in the maritime provinces. Sept-Îles and parts of Quebec still very windy, snow and blowing snow coming down, and also super gusty winds. The typical Les-Suet winds and the Wreck House region, we could be seeing gusts around 100 kilometers per hour. Here's your low. It continues to push a little bit north, and behind it, of course, we'll get some sea effect as we typically do. There it goes, dropping a general 10 to 20 centimeters of snow throughout much of the province. The Avalon 5 to 10, but you'll also be seeing some mixing in there, so even more precipitation than what that appears. To Toronto now, that's all gone. That's history. Now we've got this extremely bitterly cold Siberian air mass moving into the region, and I'm talking about, you know, anywhere from Saskatchewan to the east to even the maritime provinces. You're going to see that really cold air mass tomorrow. Okay, so Fredericton today, a daytime high of -1. Tomorrow, it'll be the minus teens for sure. All right, so have a look. We do have snow squall watches and warnings in effect for the usual suspects. So we are seeing that right now. It's happening on radar. It's going to continue into your morning. We're picking up a general 5 to 15 centimeters of snow with this. And then we have another clipper system moving in. But what more I want to show you with this graphic, with this map, are the purples that are invading southern Ontario. Purple means temperatures in the minus teens, minus mid-teens. And see how far south that goes. City of Toronto looking at daytime highs, minus 8s, minus 10s for the next few days. It seems like there's no end in sight. Your next week clipper moves in through the overnight. So tomorrow night, through the overnight, just a light dusting of snow for southern Ontario, not doing too much. But again, those temperatures dropping them down even more. Siberian air mass being ushered in by that front. Have a look at what's happening right now across the country. I'm going to move over here to talk a little bit about the west. We've got another Alberta clipper, and it just seems like it's another one. It's a system after system again, developing on the lee side of the Rockies. Continues to be active, though, for the central and the north coast for you in BC. We will be seeing some showers in Vancouver and Victoria, with your heaviest amount of rain for the morning hours, pushing into the afternoon, then letting up, and then picking back up in the evening. All right, so taking a look at your long range, because here comes another low, and this could drop a pretty good amount of snow for southern Ontario south of the 401. We'll be talking about that coming up. In the east, Kasia Badurka with you here. I'm in for Chris Murphy, who's still enjoying the holidays. I hope you are, and I hope you don't need to leave your home if you're especially in Newfoundland, because we have got a messy rush hour in store for you.